Hello guys, it's Miss Raymond and I am here today to talk to you about volume and how to measure volume. All right, so hopefully you guys will learn something new. All right, so we're going to talk about what is volume first of all. And I'm going to be showing you a video clip that discusses that and goes over that. So hopefully that will be pretty clear. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that first.
RJ, what is that?
A chow mein container. Me and my soccer buddies made it. We're trying to break the world record for the biggest box of chow mein.
How are you going to get enough chow mein to fill it?
Good question. Since it's my job to figure out how much we need, I know the container's 8 feet long and 6 feet wide, so I figured out that the area's 48 square feet.
Well, area's fine when you have a flat surface, but that box has 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. So let's add the rest of the box to your drawing.
Okay.
How tall is it?
10 feet.
Great. Now we can figure out the volume, the amount of space taken up by the whole box.
Don't I need to know how much space is inside?
Yeah, the volume of the space inside of the box is called the capacity. But since the walls are so thin, the volume and capacity of the box are close enough.
Sounds good.
Figuring volume's easy, especially when the sides are rectangles. You just multiply length times width times height. Try it.
Okay. Length times width times height. 8 times 6 is 48. Times 10 is 480.
Cubic feet, because we're measuring in 3 dimensions.
So I need 480 cubic feet of chow mein? What exactly is a cubic foot?
Okay, imagine that whole box filled with chow mein noodles.
That's a big chunk of chow mein.
You said it. So if you cut that chunk into cubes that are 1 foot long, 1 foot wide, and 1 foot high...
There'd be 480 of them? Oh, 480 cubic feet is the same as 480 1-foot cubes.
Exactly. And with volume, you'll still use cubic, even if the unit of measurement you're using is inches, feet, or yards.
I've just got to imagine cutting what I'm measuring into cubes. That's easy.
It is, but finding the volume of a cube is easiest of all. Say that box was 10 by 10 by 10.
Wouldn't the volume still be length times width times height?
Yep, but since all the sides are the same, your volume equals the length of the sides cubed. So just write V equals S cubed.
Whoa! A container that big would have 1,000 cubic feet of chow mein.
Enough for a mighty big lunch.
For my whole team. It's amazing how adding a couple of feet really cranks up the total when you're talking volume.
Definitely.
So, I think I've got it. But let's go over this volume stuff one more time to be sure. Volume is the amount of space that's taken up by a 3-dimensional object. To figure out the volume of a rectangle, multiply the length times the width times the height, like we did to find the volume of our giant chow mein box. A cube's even easier. Since all the sides are the same, the volume's S cubed. And don't forget to give your total in cubic units. Just think of all those little cubes inside.
Very nice, RJ. You've got volume down for sure. I've got one question, though.
Yeah?
Where are you going to find 480 cubic feet of noodles?
Okay, so hopefully that kind of clears up about how to find volume. So, you know, you multiply the length times the width times the height. All right, so we are gonna do these test yourself questions. All right, I'm gonna try these out and see how we do. All right, so question number 1, and you can just jot down the answer on a piece of paper. If you want to, we'll just call them A, B, C, and D. So then all you have to do is write down A, B, C, or D on your paper. So question number 1, what is volume? Okay. Is it A, the amount of space in a given boundary? B, the amount of space taken up by a three-dimensional object. C, the total area of all sides of a three-dimensional object. Or D, the amount of weight taken up by a three-dimensional object. All right, you choose the best answer, okay, and then we will check them at the end. All right, question 2. What is the volume of the space inside an object called? Is it A, amount, B, square feet, C, weight, or D, capacity? Again, you choose what you think is the best answer. All right, I'm going to go with D, capacity. And moving on to question number 3. What is another way to write that you have 21 1-centimeter cubes? Would you write it as A, 21 centimeters squared, 11.5 centimeters squared, 21 centimeters cubed, or 7 centimeters cubed? All right, you choose the best answer and we'll check them at the end. I'm going to go with C. All right, question number 4. What is the formula for finding the volume of a rectangular shape? Is it A, volume equals length times width times height? B, volume equals base times height? C, volume equals S cubed or side cubed? Or D, volume equals length times width? All right, you choose what you think is the best answer. I'm going to go with A. Question number 5. Find the volume of a cube that has sides measuring 4 inches. Remember what we said about multiplying the length times the width times the height. So choose what you think is the best answer. Is it A, 64 inches cubed, B, 16 inches squared, B, 16 inches squared, C, 4 inches cubed, or D, not enough information? All right, I'm going to go with A. We're going to move on to question 6. Mia is collecting boxes to help her friend move. She found a box that is 4 feet wide, 3 feet high, and 2 feet long. How much space would the box take up in the moving truck? So again, remember, length times width times height. Is it A, 24 feet squared, B, 9 cubic feet, C, 12 cubic feet, or D, 24 cubic feet? All right, do you choose the best answer? I'm going to go with D, and then we're going to move on to the last question. Question 7. Which choice shows the dimensions of a box that takes up 25 cubic feet or 25 feet cubed? You can say it either way. Is it A, 5 feet by 5 feet by 1 foot, B, 5 feet by 5 feet, C, 3 feet by 5 feet by 2 feet, or D, all of the above? Choose what you think is the best answer. All right. All right, now we're going to check ourselves. So make sure you're checking. I'm going to review our answers. So question number 1, what is volume? And that was B, the amount of space taken up by a 3-dimensional object. All right, question number 2, what is the volume of the space inside an object called? It is called capacity. So the volume of the space inside is known as the capacity. How much can it hold? Question 3, what is another way to write that you have 21 1-centimeter cubes? And that answer would be C, 21 centimeters cubed or 21 cubic centimeters. All right. Question 4, what is the formula for finding the volume of a rectangular shape? And that would be A, volume equals length times width times height. All right. Question number 5, find the volume of a cube that has sides measuring 4 inches. Again, we're multiplying length times width times height. So 4 times 4 times 4, which should give you 64 inches cubed. Question 6. Mia is collecting boxes to help her friend move. She found a box that is 4 feet wide, 3 feet high, and 2 feet long. How much space would the box take up in the moving truck? So again, you're multiplying 4 times 3 times 2, right? Which should give you 24 cubic feet. And then question number 7. Which choice shows the dimensions of a box that takes up 25 cubic feet? So 5 feet by 5 feet by 1 foot would be correct, because it takes up exactly 25 cubic feet. All right, we're going to move on. All right, so now we're going to talk about measuring volume using unit cubes. So we're going to watch a short video about how to do that. All right. All right, so let's watch this video.
We are asked, what is the volume of this box? And they tell us that each cube is a cubic foot. So just as a reminder, a volume is a measure of how much space does something take up. And it's usually measured in cubic units. And here we're talking about cubic feet. And when they say that each cube is a cubic foot, they're saying that each of these little boxes, each of these cubes here, is exactly a 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot cube. We're in 3 dimensions right now, and we're talking about 3 dimensions. 3D, you literally need 3 dimensions. You need how tall you are, how wide you are, and how deep you are. And for a cubic foot, each of those dimensions is 1. So each of these are 1 cubic foot. The entire shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubic feet in it. So the volume of this entire box is 6 cubic feet. And you see right here the units has feet, and it has a superscript here of 3. This is feet to the 3rd power. You could use this as feet times feet times feet, or cubic feet. So this is 6 cubic feet. Let's do a few more of these. What is the volume of this shape? So this one is quite interesting right over here. You have, let's see if we can count these. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unit boxes, or I guess these are cubic inches for this example. So we have 8 cubic inches. This is a lot of fun, especially when we get to rotate it. So here, each cube is a cubic foot again. So we have 1, 2, 3 cubic feet. 3 cubic feet. Let's do one more of these. I like the ones that have these kind of crazy shapes that we have to rotate to be able to see all the boxes. So each of these is a cubic meter, which means that in each dimension, each of these boxes is a 1 by 1 by 1 meter. But how many boxes are there? Let's see, we have one. Let me see, get a view where I can look at it better. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So the total volume here is 6 cubic meters.
All right, so hopefully you learned a little bit about measuring with cubic units. We are going to do a little bit of practice now. All right, so I'm just going to have you guys look at this figure and see if you can come up with the volume by counting the cubic units. All right. So go ahead and try that, and then we'll check your answer. All right, I'm going to go with 7 and see what happens. Oops. Messed that one up. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try 10. Whoop. Didn't get that right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Well, that one didn't quite work. All right, let's try again. So let's look and see if we can't count the cubes. 1, 2, there's one other, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. Let's see if you guys get 6. All right. Let's try the next one. You guys try, see what you get. I think I count 7. Let's see. All right. And let's see. Try this one. Oops. That one didn't. Let's see. I must have missed one. Oh, I think I did. See what you guys get. 7. All right. And one more. Try one more. All right. I got 11. Let's see if that's. All right. Good job. All right. We're going to look at finding the volume of a rectangular prism using the formula of length times width times height. So we're going to look at an example of that.
What is the volume of this box? Drag on the box to rotate it. So this is pretty neat. We can actually sit and rotate this box. But we've already seen, and here it looks like everything's being measured in meters. So we want to measure our volume in terms of cubic meters. That's going to be our unit cube here. So when we want to think about how many cubic meters could fit in this box, we've already seen examples that you really just have to multiply the 3 different dimensions of this box. So if you wanted the number of cubic meters that could fit in here, it's going to be 6 meters times 8 meters times 8 meters times 7 meters, which is going to give you something in cubic meters.
All right, so I'm going to pause it right there. So you can see they were multiplying 6 times 8 times 7, right? So the length times the width times the height. All right.
So let's think about what that is. 6 times 8 is 48. Let me see if I can do this in my head. 48 times 7, that's 40 times 7, which is going to be 280, plus 8 times 7, which is 56. 280 plus 56 is going to be 336. 336. Let's check our answer. Let's do one more of these. So what's the volume of this box? Well, once again, we have its height at 6 feet. Now everything's being measured in feet. We have its, I guess we could call it its width being 4 feet. So we can multiply the height times the width of 4 feet. And then we can multiply that times its depth of 2 feet. So times its depth of 2 feet. So 6 times 4 is 24, times 2 is 48 feet. 48, and I should say cubic feet. We're saying how many cubic feet can fit in here. When we multiply the various dimensions measured in feet, we're essentially saying, we're counting almost how many of those cubic feet can fit into this box.
Okay, so just to review, finding the volume of rectangular prism, you are going to find the volume by multiplying the length times the width times the height. Another way you could say it is finding the area of the base times the height, but the easiest way to think of it is length times width times height. Okay, so 20 times 8 times 16, which gives you 2,560 centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. Okay, so we're gonna do a few practice problems before we go. All right, so here are some practice problems. So you are going to practice finding the volume of the rectangular prism. Okay, so remember, in order to do that, let me get my pen here. So remember, volume equals length times height times width. Okay, so go ahead and practice that problem. So this particular rectangular prism, 1 centimeter by 9 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And I want you to go ahead and give that one a try, and then we'll check our answer here in just a minute. You may use a calculator if you have one available on a computer or phone or just a regular handheld calculator. You're welcome to use a calculator. All right, so 1 times 9 times 6, I believe, would give us 54 centimeters cubed. All right, let's try the next one. All right, there's the volume of this rectangular prism. And this one we have 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 1 centimeter. So give that one a try. All right. So I believe that'd be 36 cubic centimeters. All right. Let's try another one. All right, so this, what is the volume of this rectangular prism? We have 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters by 7 centimeters. So give that one a try. All right, hopefully you got that. So I'm gonna go with 70, because 5 times 2 is 10 and 10 times 7 is 70. So let's see, 70 cubic centimeters. All right, awesome. Let's try another one. So find the volume of this rectangular prism. Remember, you're multiplying length times height times width. All right, I got 210. Let's see if that's correct. All right, let's try another one. All right, try to find the volume of this rectangular prism of 2 by 8 by 3. You can think 2 times 8 and then multiply that by 3. Let's see, I believe it's 48 centimeters cubed. Let's see if that's right. All right, and one more. All right, so find the volume of this rectangular prism. It's 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 9 centimeters. All right, I believe that one is 72 centimeters cubed. Let's see if that's right. All right, awesome. So, did well. All right, keep going, keep growing. All right, so that's all I have for today. So take care, stay safe, and stay healthy.